everybody. I'm Larry Ridley. This is Madden 18 on EA Sports. In today's matchup, passing may be at a premium, at least for one side. The Bengals are top 10 at defending the pass, and they'll be going up against the Vikings, who will need to solve that secondary. So for the call of this week's 17 matchup, let's send it out to our broadcast team, Brandon Guyton and Charles Davis.
All right, Larry, thank you very much. It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Minnesota Vikings and the Cincinnati Bengals. Hi again, everyone. I'm Brandon Guyton. To my left, Charles Davis. And, Charles, you focus on this Bengal team entering play. They come in off a loss last time out, but they've been playing better than 500 ball the last couple months. 5 wins in their last 8 games. Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Vikings, they come in at 15-0, 1 win short of a perfect regular season.
And it's something we've only seen a couple of times. Miami in 1972, New England in 2007. We know they're not going to mail it in. They're going to go for it.
And now running right through it. And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34. Here come the Bengals now to take over. And a glance here at the man calling the plays under center, their 6'4" cornerback. Here's the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And nothing doing on his first run. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. And the big boys up front in the trenches. What do you think of the O-line, Charles?
I love them because this is a group that's so cohesive. They know what the man next to them is going to do at all times, and they operate as a terrific unit.
To throw on second down. Cole. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. So a first quarter sack, and remember, keep in mind he had 2 sacks in last week's game.
And it's always intriguing to me to watch these great pass rushers because some of them, they need their teammates to scheme for them. Maybe occupy people and make it a one-on-one matchup. Other guys, they just defeat everything in front of them. To get 2 sacks in a game, it's a little bit of both for you.
False start, offense.
Not a great start to this drive. You had the sack, now the false start.
I mean, it doesn't take much to either read lips or just imagine what the head coach is saying right now. Get your head in the game, guys. Let's go.
Off play action. Cole. It's complete to Laquan Treadwell. It'll be a gain of 15 on the play, and it'll be 4th down.
I don't know how many times, not just in my playing career, but you and I working together, have we ever heard a coach say, you know, I just don't have that play on my call sheet? And that's really what we had here. That was a big hole they were trying to get out of.
Yeah, big gain, still a ways to go, though. Now this is fielded in the end zone. Very good return that time. 18 yards. And the Vikings will be backed up deep to begin their drive as they take over 1st and 10. So here's the Viking offense making their way out. And they will be led out by their 6'4" quarterback. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Going right side here, and that's complete. And they're going to get this one all the way out across the 45. Give him 30 yards there.
Let's go. Green, 39. Detroit.
Back to throw now on 1st down. He's going to rifle one deep left side. So they took a shot on 1st down but couldn't connect. Second down following the incompletion.
Here we go now.
And some room to work. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Going, it's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. One of the keys to their long winning streak has been scoring first. An ideal drive right there, getting the first 6 points of the ball game.
Do you go back to our meeting with the offensive coordinator? Remember what he told us?
Absolutely.
With some teams, I script to probe in the early part of the game. Other teams, I script to attack. They've been in attack mode for these ball games and continue that in this one.
He's got it, and the Vikings take a 7-0 lead. Here's Myers now to kick it away. This one fielded at the 5. And he gets it out to the 25-yard line. Flag down. This could set him back.
Holding, receiving team.
Well, that holding call set him up with not great field position.
Not at all when you tack on the penalty. But that field position after the return wasn't terrific. It's not a great starting field position as well.
Come on, let's go.
Throwing on first down. Cole. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And they'll bring him down here up at about the 22-yard line. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
On second down, Elliott. And he's Ezekiel Elliott going to take it the distance. 30. And he makes it all the way down to the 19. A big run that time by Elliott. 59 yards. Yardage-wise, he's in the top handful of backs in the league so far this season. A great run there.
He's going to love that standing when it comes to contract time. But even more so, his team loves it because he gives them an identity and sets a tone.
And he'll get it down this time to the 17. Give him 2 yards on that play, and that'll make it second down. Operating from the gun. Cole caught on the right side by Treadwell. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on second down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on third down.
Oh, it's a nickel set here defensively on 3rd and inches.
Still want to be prepared for a pass.
Here we go.
Off the bootleg. Cole. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. So they dial up the blitz on 3rd and inches. It pays off.
And frankly, they were probably dialing up a run blitz, expecting him to run it in that situation. But instead, they end up back at the quarterback and put him on the ground.
So on 4th down, Sean McVay going to send out the field goal unit. From the right hash, just a 34-yard attempt. And his kick is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So the drive stalls out, but they are able to put 3 points on the board.
Yeah, just a yard or two shorter than an extra point. So no problems converting there.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
Well, you've got a receiver here who's got 1 touchdown already in this first quarter, and they were trying to double his pleasure there, wanting to continue to go to the guys already gotten into the end zone. But good coverage to make sure that this time it fell incomplete.
All right, here we go. All right, now, look at 56. Look at
Now a handoff as they run left side. And he'll get nothing there. Stopped right at the line as that will wind us down to the end of this first quarter of play. So a 3rd and 10, and defensively a dime look. 6 DBs.
Hurry up, here we go. Hurry up.
Now they try the right side here. Nifty move. They find some open field here. A big hitter there. A 1st down gain of 26 yards.
Just about every coach we talk to says the crowd shouldn't affect us. That shouldn't be an issue. And in the next breath, they talk about taking the crowd and taking them out of the game by picking up 1st downs and keeping them at bay. I think we just saw an example of that there, didn't we?
Important to do, especially early in the game like they have.
Let's go.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. He'll right. He's got it at the 15. Touchdown, Vikings. A big play there with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Vikings are going to add on to their lead. Now, he's having a nice little first half here, partner.
And it's a first half that leaves us anticipating what can still come. I mean, 2 touchdowns already here through the 2nd quarter. There could be plenty more before this game is over.
And this one's right through to make it a 14-3 ball game. Here's Myers now to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Bengals getting set to go. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
We're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. Now a play fake here on 1st down. The throw left side complete to Treadwell. And he'll be out of bounds up past the 45. A good pickup there at 22.
But when you hit him on the move like that, and he's able to get into open field with a full head of steam, oh, boy, it's going to be tough to get him down.
Yeah, there was a big window. They're lucky they did get him down. A 1st down carry by Elliott. And he's got some space here. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. A big run that time by Elliott. 48 yards on the ground. So down inside the 5-yard line. I have to say, really just a poor job defensively there.
You're exactly right. As a former defensive back, that was not played well at all. But give credit to the offense and give credit to the guy running the football. He gets it down all the way inside the 5.
Now Elliott. And he weaves his way into the end zone for a Bengal touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Bengals have got it back to a one-score game. And he was excellent on that drive. He deserved to be the one to get across the chalk.
Oh, I agree with you totally. A workhorse on the drive, and how about that last decisive run to punch it in?
The drive there only spanning 3 plays, and it culminates in a touchdown run by Ezekiel Elliott. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. Room here to run. The 40, 20, 10, touchdown, Vikings. I know a lot of special teams coaches, they just want to keep it away from him because that's what he can do.
And others have egos that their players can't keep up with. And they say, challenge him, kick it to him. The way he runs as fast as he is, I wouldn't challenge him at all. I'd do everything possible to keep it away.
He is just a blur when he gets a full head of steam, and he got a full head of steam there. Now Myers for the extra point. It's good, and it's 21-10. And so it was a little bit of a shorter kick. He caught it at the 10, and he was able to take off, go the rest of the way 90 yards to the other end zone for the kick return touchdown. So let's try this again. After the kick return TD, here's yet another kickoff. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Ezekiel Elliott gets ready to go again here on offense as he shuffles onto the field. And, Charles, you can't really fault him. He's over 100 yards already. He's not the reason they're losing.
And that is really unusual because ordinarily when you've set the tone this way and have run it this effectively, usually your team's in control. So it's a very strange situation. And you're right, you can't fault him. He's done a great job for his team thus far.
I'm guessing he's saying, feed me on the sidelines. Now will they continue to do it? He'll be tackled shy of the 35. Shifty footwork gets him a little extra on the play. Now after that last play, there's a Bengal down on the field. And this is certainly not what you want to see in the final week of the year. We'll be back. They'll run it now out of the gun. 2 yards on the pickup there, but it's enough to give them a new set of downs.
Well, we always talk about good down and distance, allowing offenses to expand their playbook. Well, 2nd and 2, that means your playbook's wide open. You can run just about anything. But a lot of times, the play caller, he just looks down at his sheet, sees the short yardage runs, and goes to one of those.
And he'll get this up to about the 38-yard line. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Not much happening there on first down.
I thought there might have been a hole for a split second.
Yeah, but it dried up pretty quickly, didn't it? Closed fast.
Come on, let's go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. To the 40 and no further. So the broken tackle didn't get him much. Call it a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 5.
Looks like they're establishing a pretty good pattern here because they've been very heavy in the running game on the last 4 plays.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. So far, 4 plays in this drive, all 4 on the ground.
Here we go. 1, 9.
Looking to throw. Cole. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been under constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. Great coverage there. Holds him to a 2-yard return following a 50-yard punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. And now here's a carry heading left. And some space here. He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue.
How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary, and that led to a really nice game.
Well, now they'll try the end around. I don't think anyone in the building fooled right there, as that one is going to blow up in their faces. And that's a loss of 7 on the first down play.
Well, so much for all the time that you spend in practice, because for offensive linemen and running backs to get in sync, that requires a ton of practice time, a ton of watching tape together, a ton of really getting to where you're thinking with one mind on every single play that's called, every single run, because you want to know how your guy's going to block it. They want to know how he's going to run it, what kind of cuts he's going to make, and it's really anticipatory. And when you're really locked in together, you know what he's going to do before he actually does it. On this play, that didn't happen at all, and that turned into a big loss.
And some room to maneuver. They give him 12 yards and a first down.
But when we go back to our conversation with the defensive coordinator, that type of a play was not a surprise to him. He expected trickery in this game, yet somehow his defense, they still took the cheese and got caught in the mousetrap.
And to give this time to the tailback. Got some real estate inside the 30. Touchdown, Vikings. A great effort there. Touchdown number 15 of the year. And the Vikings find a way to stretch their lead. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one, because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
Here's Myers now to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Now here's the signal caller getting ready to lead this offense again. And maybe he's... Now this Bengals offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
On 1st and 10, Cole. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Cole. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call.
Holding offense.
Well, your QB's been sacked 4 times in the game already, and they're the holding call.
And you know darn well the offensive line coach is frustrated and upset that he's been hit that many times already. He doesn't really care that they hold now. Just don't let him get hit anymore.
And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. And the Bengals on 3rd down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This will be 3rd and a mile. They run it with Carson. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. And now the Vikings are going to stop it here on defense with a timeout. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. This will be fielded at the 17. And there he goes again. And he's going to score. It's a Viking touchdown. Well, what a game for him. He hits for the return cycle, so to speak. He had the kick return. Now the harder part, just got the punt return for a touchdown.
And I would imagine that the special teams coach, as the ball left the punter's foot, he was thinking, should have kicked away from him.
Yeah.
Should have kicked away from him. He's in a groove, and sometimes you hit those grooves or those zones in a game, and he's in one now. He's in perfect sync with his teammates blocking, and he knows how to find the end zone.
And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So after the punt return touchdown, let's see what their opponents can do with this kickoff. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And we look now at Laquan Treadwell. Unless he has a Julio Jones-type 300-yard game in him that Julio did against the Panthers in 2016, probably not going to reach 1,000, but still pretty good year.
I think you're right. It's a pretty good year for him, but let's face it, every receiver's dream is to have a game like Julio Jones had against the Carolina Panthers. It's 300 yards on the nose, and it didn't matter what coverage they sent his way. He solved it each and every time. Maybe our guy can get that way in this ball game. Let's see.
Here we go.
To throw on second down. Cole. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
On third down, it's Carson. And this will go as a short gain on what will be the final act of this first half. Never mind, Larry, forget your halftime report. Apparently, we are set for the third quarter of action already. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. The Vikings offense making their way back out. Now let's give you a look at the playoff picture coming into the weekend in the NFC. And these guys locked into that number 1 seed. That's been a foregone conclusion for a while now. The question on everyone's mind, can they finish the regular season a perfect 16-0?
And it all comes back to philosophy of the organization, philosophy of the head coach, and, of course, the locker room itself. What do the players want to do? And I think what most teams would do in this situation is approach it, let's win every game, but let's be smart about doing it. So that doesn't mean that they're going to go all out if, indeed, they do need to rest a few people.
Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10. Oh, design run for their wideout. Room to run inside the 40. And oh, so close as he takes it all the way to the 2-yard line. A big play there for Minnesota. And even 50 yards.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Now a handoff as they run left side. And he will take this one into the end zone for a Viking touchdown. A great play there. His second TD of the game and 16th on the season. And this Viking offense is running away with this one. And he's got it up and through. Here's Myers now to kick it away. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. So here are the Bengals now as they get their first possession of this second half. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Here we go.
Now it's Carson. And he's going to lose yardage here. Back to his own 18. It'll be a loss of 1, and they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here.
Brandon, with the last couple of plays for the offense not being good at all, my thought process as a coordinator, get the ball in the hands of my best player and see if I can salvage anything out of this drive.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Cole. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. Fielded at the 20. A great return there of 22 yards. Stepping up, he'll try and run. No gain there as he kept it himself at 2nd down. And he'll give it here to his running back. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue.
And he continues to pile up the yardage. That puts him over $150 now. And this defense has really had its problems trying to keep him contained.
Now the offense lining up 1st and 10.
Watch left, watch left, watch left. Start right there. Here we go.
They'll try a little trickery here on the end around. There he goes inside the 30. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 16 yards there. 2 straight plays of 16 yards and another 1st down.
Well, that play looks familiar because we saw them working on it in practice this week. And for a lineman trying to block on this play, they love when they get the defense moving in one direction. And when they try and change directions, it's a lot easier to pick them up and ward them off.
And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 16 yards there. 2 straight plays of 16 yards and another 1st down.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Call that a loss of 5 yards on the play. And it'll be a 2nd and long.
Hey, a lot of points have been scored in this game, but what a nice play by the defense. Stepping up on that one. Maybe they'll get things going in their direction after a play like that.
He'll look to throw. And that one not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up as time is now run out on this. Back now here on EA Sports. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. One tackle, but then quickly brought down, but a nice little gain. And he gets a good chunk of yards there, 8 all told, but they're still looking at a 4th down.
So many play callers in the red zone worry about the negative effects of a play that they're about to call. But this guy, all he's worried about is gaining yardage and putting the ball in the hands of his playmakers.
And the slot man goes in motion left. And now here's a carry heading left. And he will not even make it back to the line of scrimmage. They'll get neither the touchdown nor the first down. And the Bengals will get the football back. So they were really trying to put the nail in the coffin there already with this lead here in the fourth. But they didn't get it.
Guaranteed, it's not going to be a fun handshake in the postgame, right? You just know that there's going to be some bad blood there. And I know if we go to the postgame press conferences, the winning coach, you know what he's going to say, why he did it? We need the points, okay? Because you never know at the end of the year if points are going to come into the tiebreaker if we're trying to get into the playoffs. That's always the standard justification.
Looking to throw on second down. Cole. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And they'll bring him down here up at about the 22-yard line. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains. First down and 10 now for the offensive group. Back to throw. Cole. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Here we go! Ohio!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll take this one only up to about his 13-yard line. He'll get 3, but it leaves him with a big hole here on third and very long. And the defense searches for one more stop here after the run on second down.
Come on, let's go!
Throwing on third and long. Cole, and he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. On fourth down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Let's take it inside his own 40. Just a net of 34 there following a punt of 44 yards. And now out comes Minnesota. They had a great drive going last time. They were moving the ball, and then all of a sudden it just stalled out. So we'll see what they can do here, Charles.
And it's always easy to second guess when you don't get it on a fourth down try. But they had to like the feeling that they had going on offense. They want to continue to see if they can capture that again on this drive and maybe get in the same position.
Yeah, and that's, I mean, like I said, they were moving the football. It's not like they went 4 and out, so I don't think it's a deal where the offense doesn't have confidence.
No, I agree with you totally on that one. If anything, they may have gained more confidence. Okay, they stopped us once. That's all right. Let's keep moving it. Make them do it again.
Come on, let's go!
Bowls him over, and that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. Time for a break. Back to finish it off on EA Sports after this. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 2, now third down.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
Now a handoff looking right. And some room to roam now. And he's able to pick up the first down here before he goes down at the 26. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. So the offense has it first and 10. Now a handoff as they run left side. Shedding through the defense. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. So another score there. Often you talk about the three phases of the game: defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a fourth phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
They are looking strong here in the fourth quarter. Here's Myers now to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Bengals offense now, they head back onto the field. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in a game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
So he was past the line of scrimmage when he threw it.
And as they say, that's a no-no. Got to be able to understand where you are on the field and not cross the line before throwing the ball downfield.
To throw on second down, Cole. Fighting his safety valve here. That's complete. And, he is really laid out that time. Knocked flat on his back at the 49. A really good pickup of 28 yards. Cool under pressure right there, escaping the pocket and finding what I think was not his primary target.
And some of these guys are just so comfortable getting outside of the pocket that they'll do it on purpose. It doesn't even need to be a breakdown. They move, and they know it affects the defense, because a lot of times you get lost in coverage in the secondary, and I think you're exactly right. Wasn't his primary target. Found a secondary guy who sprang open. Probably.
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. Looking to throw on second down. Cole. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 34. And now look at him go. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Defensively, they've had their way in this one. That pick six makes that scoreboard even more lopsided.
I remember talking with a guy in the league, and I said, what do you do when the game's like this? You know, it's pretty much over. You ready to go to the bench and hang out? He said, oh, heck no. I want to stay on the field. I might get some stats. Might get a pick or two.
You like being out there at the end of these wide margins.
When they have to throw it, that gives you more opportunities to go get it.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
Come on, let's go.
On first down, Cole. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. And whistles, and they take their final timeout with 7 seconds left.
Let's go.
To throw on second down, Cole. Oh, the rookie nearly had the pick. Probably should have had it. Third down now.
Hank's almost going to get in the QB1's ear when he gets to the sideline. Already thrown an interception. That one should have been picked. Look, let's just be honest about it. That would be the second person in his ear because he's hearing it in the huddle right now.
Not the start to the game he wanted. Like you said, the pick on the opening drive, second drive, not much better. Now a desperate into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Able to get there and pick it. And they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that